Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I am Damian Andrews, and I am a thrall of the Shadow King. And welcome to another episode of MVWF Ground Zero, the second season of Phase 2. And I am your host and play-by-play man. We have a tremendous show on store for you tonight. Apparently, my master's going to open the show. The Shadow King has some choice words for the MVWF. We will hear what he has to say. And of course, tonight, in our opening match, Triple Threat Madness, as we see the debut of not one but two new competitors in the MVWF joining our ranks. Was announced last week that Brandon Bones had signed two new wrestlers to the MVWF. In the middle, Arn Patrick, New Hampshire native, making his debut tonight. Longtime wrestling fan. Apparently doesn't fly very high, but is a known brawler throughout the bars and clubs of New Hampshire. And of course, he will be facing the man known only as Walker. That's right. Brandon Bones debuting this musclehead, veteran of the United States Armed Services, has apparently trained extensively and was a kind of a secret contract signing that was done behind closed doors. Don't know much about his contract, but only that there was long negotiations with Brandon Bones. And they will be going head-to-head with, well, the upset king of the MVWF, the man who defeated Brandon Bones, local talent with no room to scout either of his two opponents here tonight, finds himself in Triple Threat Madness. And in the continuing of one of the most violent feuds of the year, Ron Awesome continues on his quest to try and slay his demons as he steps in the ring, only this time in tag team competition, bringing Ron Supreme out of mothballs to face the former MVWF World Tag Team Champions, the Victory Dojo, of former champion Ryan Doyle and his tag team partner, the Whiteside. And in big 8-man tag team competition here tonight, AJ the Giant teams up for the first time with his brothers, Kyle Empire and the Destroyer Nick Jackson, the World Tag Team Champions, and the MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion Gee-Man Ryan Crawford, who are rumored to be tag teaming with each other in the near future. Well, those rumors have turned out to be true in this 8-man competition where they face the foursome of the former World Tag Team Championship teams of the Kingdom of Nightmares, Adrian Knight and Mr. Nightmare, and former tag team champions, the Rock and Roll Express. And we are about to get started here, folks. What a tremendous pay-per-view event it was at MVWF Death Wish last week. But dark clouds hang over the MVWF when guys like the Shadow King are in town. And speaking of which town, it's Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The MVWF returns to some of its early Canada Cup roots, home of many Canada Cup tournaments. And as you can see, NXT continues to try and puncture the balloon of the MVWF here on Ground Zero. And my master, the Shadow King, will join us shortly as he has some words to address the MVWF about his future. Has promised to take over the MVWF, and of course, as my master and his thrall, I believe him. The Shadow King is going to bring balance to the darkness. He's going to bring hate to the love and up to the down. And there he is, folks. The Lord and Savior himself. The Shadow King. What has he got to say? He looks upset.
Children of all ages, I am the Shadow King. And whether any of you realize it or not, I rule the MVWF. And soon, very soon, it'll be very apparent when I take over and assume my throne. But in order to do that, it has been impressed upon me that I,
Yes.
the Shadow King, must call out the owner of the MVWF, Brandon motherfucking Bones. So tell him to get his skinny, narrow ass out here and confront the Shadow King. Get out here now, so that I can show you your future.
What's going to happen here is Brandon Bones going to respond to the call out by the Shadow King. What is... There he is! He's coming! Brandon Bones, as nefarious as he handles his business, has such a huge ego that he will not let this stand. Bones staring down. Look at the size difference.
Motherfucker, I am Brandon motherfucking Bones. I am the owner of the MVWF. I am the chief of the VWA. And I am the greatest MVWF champion of all time, whether any of you want to acknowledge it or not. I've faced giants. I've faced gi-men. I've faced scrubs like Kevin Welch, and I've destroyed them all. All of you can kiss my ass, and whether you're 1,000,000 feet tall with all the attribute points in the world, Shadow King, fuck you.
You do not realize just how close you are to the abyss. Just how close you are to not only staring, but falling endlessly into the void. The Shadow King has brought his army. The Shadow King has brought his power. And you will bow to the Shadow King.
The Shadow King making his case to Brandon Bones.
Motherfucker, I will not bow to you. I will not
come on,
bow
Bones.
to any he-man or enormous genitals.
What's that language?
Fucking stupid giant. You can kiss my ass, you can eat my shit, and when you're done with all of that, you can suck it all out through the hole in my dick. Brandon Bones.
Your time has come.
Brandon Bones' time to actually come here. They're facing off now. What are they going to bone? Oh, it appears they've set themselves up for a match later here tonight. It's going to be tonight's main event, Brandon Bones versus the Shadow King. Are you kidding me? Falls count anywhere. Meanwhile, under other things, this match, a bit of a crystal ball into the future of the MVWF. On your left, Walker, the Army GI, making his debut tonight against Arn Patrick, the brawler from parts of New Hampshire and local talent. Who knows where the fuck he's from? But he has been a plucky underdog with a couple of victories under his belt against the Destroyer Nick Jackson and Brandon motherfucking Bones. And look at that! Local Conrana on Arn Patrick welcomes him to the MVWF. Big forearm smash by Walker. Right hand. And an errant right. Oh, look at that. Did you see local talent leap right over Arn Patrick to catch the local Conrana on this rookie? Chop to the chest. Local talent finds himself in the ring with two rookies. He's the man with the most experience. Go figure. Oh, man, just chops him down. And now the two rookies facing off against each other. And the NXT chants continuing to hound the MVWF. If the Shadow King were in charge, that would not be happening. Look at the upper body of Walker. He can overpower an 18-wheeler. And the rookie keeping it simple as local talent bails out underneath the bottom rope. Pulling himself up now, Walker approaches, and a forearm smash sends him to his doom. And a kick to the mustached face. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, Arn Patrick just hanging back and letting all of this happen. Local talent feeling the power. Clotheslines him down. Walker completely caught off guard. Sends him into the ropes. Whoop! Too slow. Gets kicked in the face. And Arn Patrick steps in between and gets clobbered. Wow. Full-on rotation on the spinning neckbreaker as Walker taking a powder. Blocks the forearm smash. Nice straight right and a right hook. Gets him kicked in the face. Oh, lung blower. Goes to the cover. And we are about to find out what Arn Patrick is made of. Kick to the midsection. Right hand connects. And a straight cravat takedown. And a DDT, G-Man style, by Walker, who's doing exactly that, walking around the ring. And he's going up to the second rope with a flying elbow smash that connects not only with Arn Patrick, but in midair he collides with local talent, and now he's up to the second rope again. What's he setting up for? Big spear off the second rope. That's his move. 1, 2. The Patriot Missile doesn't quite get it done as Arn Patrick showing some tenacity here and some ability to take punishment. Northern Lights suplex. And another cover by Walker. Local talent tries to steal the pin, but Walker right there. And another Northern Light suplex. That is his favorite strain. Oh, and a knee connects with Arn Patrick. Knocks him down. Another DDT breaks the face of Local Talent. And it looks like Walker into the half crab. This is his other move. Into the KP crab. But Arn Patrick dumps Walker out, and now he's going for, oh, big clothesline ducked underneath. One, two, and Local Talent almost stole this one right from underneath the rookies. Walker hanging back and a clothesline. That's how you do it, Patrick. Oh, look at that. Took the leg over for the neck breaker, and now Local Talent looks to be setting up. What's he gonna do? Drop kick all the way across the ring. Wow. I'll tell you what, Walker might be lucky that this is a triple threat match right there. As the frustration showing on Arn Patrick. Oh, look at this move right here. Look at that smooth wrestling transition, but Arn Patrick counters. He didn't want to get caught in the half crab ankle lock. Works the lower back, the ankle, the knee, pulls on the hamstrings. The quad stretched beyond proportion, and a huge clothesline. And another clothesline. Arn Patrick putting it together now. Off the ropes he goes. High cross body. And Local Talent is just there in time to break that up. But Local Talent has this one attribute that has served him the best. He has avoided that clothesline twice now. But he excels at fighting from underneath. Right hand by Walker. And a clothesline devastates him in the corner. And Walker, alone with Local Talent, has shown some great wrestling prowess. Doesn't take a lot of risks, and now Local Talent going to test him here in the armbar. The Fujiwara armbar, and Walker only gets damaged. Could not get the submission out of him. And again, that is just the caveat of the triple threat rules. That third opponent can always be there to break it up. Always got to have eyes in the back of your head, and Arn Patrick needs to wake up Walker. Didn't get there in time. Local Talent just kicked out. Oh, and a big wild left by Walker. Back suplex. And Walker again takes the powder. He might have some stamina issues. Ooh, look at that right there. Flapjack DDT. 1, 2, and again for the third time in this match, Local Talent has almost come this close to beating Arn Patrick. Well, look at this for a guy who says he doesn't take high risks. What is Arn Patrick going to do here? And a big forearm smash. If you're just joining us, this triple threat match between two debuting new competitors in the MVWF. Walker in the green and Arn Patrick in the black hoodie facing perennial underdog Local Talent here in our opening match of the MVWF Of course, earlier we saw the Shadow King challenge Brandon Bones to a Falls Count Anywhere match in tonight's main event, and Walker just shoves local talent off the top rope. Walker stalking his opponent. This rookie trying to figure out what he's going to do. He's been in this match almost 10 minutes now. Oh, did you see that right there? Double team move. DDT double compiled by the high cross body of Arn Patrick, and a right hand. Patrick showing some wrestling prowess, sticking to the fundamentals. And man, Walker, his stamina being tested here, and he's going up to the second rope. Perhaps he's going to go for that Patriot Missile Spear, and local talent makes him pay. It looks like he's going to win this. Look at him. Again, going to the top rope. Local talent. What's he going to do? Oh! 540 splash, got the knees, but he caught himself instead. The counter to the counter. The neck cravat takedown. Can he steal it right here too? He got him just in time. Walker was almost there. And Arn Patrick picks up his first win of his career. Well, Walker employed that left-sided DDT several times in the match to great success, bashing in the face of local talent. That really might have been what beat him. And local talent showed he had those aerial diversions and some great fundamentals by Walker.
Here is your winner, Arn Patrick.
Arn Patrick, the winner in tonight's opening match. He struggled a bit at the beginning, but and he found himself in some vulnerable positions all throughout the match. But that being said, he hung in there and pulled it off. Congratulations, Arn Patrick. Walker, do not worry. You showed some potential. And there'll always be a next time. And over the last couple of weeks, the ignition has been set on the rivalry between Awesome Ron Awesome, who has spent this year trying to slay all of his demons that defeated him last year. One of them being Ryan Doyle, in which Awesome Ron conducted an upset victory, but lost the rematch, and now they're calling upon their tag team partners to even the odds here in this tag team match. Referee Joe Stromboli, your official for tonight's matches. And a side headlock here by Awesome Ron Awesome. This NXT thing is starting to get a little too loud to ignore, even though the MVWF defeated them. And it looks like Doyle and Awesome, well, I'd say they were going to try and keep it clean, but that punch shows that they are not. Oh, right hand, and Awesome eats it. And now he's going to eat the draping DDT. Perhaps Doyle should try a different strategy, though, because Ron Awesome employs so many headbutts. He has so little care for CTE scares. Oh, man, and MRIs. And another headbutt. Saying that your draping DDT did nothing. And the Awesome One fires his rival into the corner. Sets him upside down in the Tree of Woe. And lays the stomp to him. Doyle immediately collapses. Arm drag takes him over. And now Doyle going off the ropes. Oh, and a straight left. Testing the chin of Awesome Ron Awesome. And of course, this is a tag team match. They are going to try and cut each other off. Awesome, not staying in the corner, and Joe Stromboli goes down. Off the whip into the corner, and now the Rons working together. Single leg elbow drop, and Doyle makes the tag to the white side, who immediately clotheslines Ron Supreme down. And of course, these two guys had a tremendous rivalry back in Phase 1. Let's say around 2001. They battled over the Match Murder Heavyweight Championship. Again, one of Ron Supreme's title defenses went over 45 minutes. And a shoulder block takes him down. Of course, the Rons with an on-again, off-again relationship. They battled each other at Matchmania. Ron Supreme was one of those demons, and now Whiteside going for the Granite State elbow. Right to the midsection, goes for the cover. Joe Stromboli perhaps a little knock silly. 1, 2, and Ron Supreme gets a long 2, and the Awesome One wants the tag. Whiteside slowing it down. In this position, Ron Supreme cannot employ his Terminator arm, his robotic cybernetic arm from the future. And there it is right there, just chops the giant Whiteside down. And look at him, charging up the Terminator arm, and got him by the goozle. And Whiteside takes him down with a downward spiral counter move to the choke slam. Ron Supreme not impressed. And a Terminator clothesline from behind. And a tag to the Awesome One. Look at that, round and round. Took too long. Oh, Ron Awesome now picks up Whiteside. Into the crucifix. Oh my God, right into the corner turnbuckle. He tried to kill him. Are you kidding me? Oh, from behind, Whiteside has to have a damaged neck. He's got to be injured. A desperation knee lift. Whiteside should make the tag. And that right there, he took too long. Awesome driver! That's gotta be it! 1, 2, and Whiteside just kicked out. Are you kidding me? Ron Awesome destroyed him with the crucifix powerbomb. And then the Awesome driver. Tagged by the Rons. And another double team move. And Ron Supreme gets clotheslined down as Whiteside, desperate, trying to free himself from the pain. He is damaged. You can see it in his body language. He needs to tag out, and he does. Victory Dojo putting it together. With Ryan in the ring now, they have a chance to recover. Inverted atomic draw. And of course, neither Ron is afraid of throwing a headbutt or two, and a desperation clothesline by the former tag team champions. Of course, the Rons, who have teamed off and on for the better part of 20 years, have never won the tag team titles in either Phase 1 or Phase 2. Oh, look at this. Bit of a Ricola bomb. Drops him down. And speaking of 20 years, in 3 weeks will be the MVWF's 20th anniversary show. Oh, back body drop. And next week, the MVWF Championship will be on the line in a triple threat match, as the key man Ryan Crawford defends against that man in the ring right there with the triangle hold. Ryan Doyle and former champion Kevin Welch will Ron Supreme tap. And again, the Terminator arm overpowers, but not by much. The damage was done. Snapmares him over. Headbutt right to the top of the head of Doyle. And look at Ron Supreme showing off for his brother, the Awesome One. Sometimes it gets uncomfortable with these two. The way they abuse their heads and their bodies, the CTE scans have to be off the charts. Completely in the red, and look at Ron Supreme. Oh, I thought he was going to fake out a tag right there, but got caught in the front face lock. He's close to and he makes the tag, and Doyle doesn't get caught in the corner. And now the two rivals that hate each other to the bone. Shoulder block to the midsection. And belly-to-belly throw. Dragon sleeper. Doyle was having a hard time holding on to his grip, and Ron found the opening and got free, but he's going for the Humanor. Oh, man! Ron Awesome, the only superstar to ever kick out of it. Can he do it one more time? He does! Oh, are you kidding me? It's not just the fact that he's kicked out of the Humanor twice. It's that was the third one he's kicked out of, dropped on his head like that, and look at Doyle. Now trying to pay back the Awesome One for what he did to Whiteside earlier on, trying to damage the neck. The surgically repaired neck damaged so many years ago by the Skinny Wolf. Flying clothesline. Look out, ref. Tremendous series of moves by Doyle. Punches him square in the face. And here it is, looking right over Ron Supreme. Ron Awesome powers his way out. Oh, man. For a man who's not exactly a daredevil in the ring, Ron Awesome has no regard for his own well-being. High knee lift. Doyle in trouble. And up on the shoulders. Oh, Michinoku driver. One. And oh, man, Whiteside comes in and creates chaos, and bang, bang, it's awesome time. Clotheslines him down. Ducks underneath. Back body drop for the second time on Doyle. Spine buster. The Rons doing a lot to mirror each other tonight. Oh, caught him again! Rock bottom! He did that in the match that he beat him. Up on the shoulders again. Michinoku driver for a second time. And again, Whiteside breaks it up. Oh no, miscommunication by the Rons. And Whiteside's distraction has bought Doyle an opportunity here. Both men are down. Ron stirs first. Doyle starting to get up, but Ron got him. And now he's got him by the head. Oh, man. Drives him down, covers him. Two, and Doyle kicks out. Oh, straight headbutt and a left. Power slams him out of air. And now Ron Awesome detaching the turnbuckle pad. In the manner of slaying his demons, Ron Awesome has shown lots of desperation and a rare drop kick from Doyle. As it's been the two rivals in the ring for a long, long time. Cola bomb, and the referee reattaches the turnbuckle. Thank you very much, Joe Stromboli. Back, body drop, paying him back. And now Ron Awesome with the damaged neck and the triangle hold. Doyle gonna try and force the submission. And Ron Awesome breaks free, or I don't know, maybe he let him go. That might be a mistake if Doyle let him go. He wants to hurt him. Powerbomb! Right on the back of his neck again. 1, 2, and Ron Supreme makes the save. The Ron's being extended here by the tag team of the year last year. Into the camel clutch. Doyle got one arm free. On, try to trap him again, back in it, and he breaks free underneath and takes him down. Bloody Sunday! And Doyle decides to let him into tag, and a wild headbutt gets blocked by a foot to the midsection and right into the Hell's Gate! Right into the Hell's Gate! Come on, ref, move out of the way! And Ron Supreme fighting for his life. He got himself free. That's and a wild shot. A grazing blow to the chin with the Terminator arm. Snap suplex. Takes him all the way over, showing the power that Doyle is kind of underrated for. Shoulder block, though. Oh man, and now Doyle doing what he does best, and that's bleed. As Ron Supreme sets up for the Goozle. Blocks it. The blood in the eyes of Doyle following his instincts. Gut shot. Ron Supreme trying to hold on. Can he get up? Oh man, backdrop driver. Man, Doyle is bleeding profusely. We knew this might get ugly. Takes him down with the slam. Out of a high angle rock bottom and Uranagi. Oh no, and Doyle explodes with the grounded pound. And Ron Supreme makes the tag, and here comes the awesome one. Oh, straight ahead with the battering ram headbutt. Catches him in the chin. And Ron Awesome back after that turnbuckle pad. Forearm shot. Took too long to follow up and gave Doyle a chance to recover. Midsection with the shoulder and always follows up with that belly-to-belly shoulder throw. Right hand decks him, and there it is. It's always the setup. The big punch into the chokeout. Ron Awesome! He can't see how close he is to the ropes! Doyle has worked the neck! Choked him! Oh, man! I think Doyle felt like Ron was going to feel his way to the ropes and let him go before he could break it. And meets a foot to the face and a spear! Cover him! 1, 2, and Whiteside makes the save! Whiteside goes on! Choke slam! Whiteside is out. Ron Awesome! If he can take out Doyle now while Whiteside's gone, no! Gets put up in the air. Shoulder breaker! That will damage the neck and the shoulder area. But Ron fighting through the pain. Oh no! Tombstone! He's done! That's gonna be it! And not even a 1 count! And ringside protesting to the referee. And now into the triangle choke. Doyle obsessed with getting the submission to put this feud away. Ron Awesome in trouble. And I think Doyle may have let him go. He wants to put the exclamation point. Doyle, bloody face and all, destroying the Awesome One, and now back into the triangle choke again. Triangle, taking Ron Awesome out, and it's over. Ron can't take it anymore. And the Victory Dojo puts one in the victory column. The Rons showed that they were up for a battle. And what a match this was, a show-stealing event. But there was that big miscommunication earlier on where Ron Supreme hit Ron Awesome with the spear that might have been the tipping point, because from that point forward, Doyle was absolutely obsessed with the triangle choke and making Ron Awesome submit, which he did.
Gladiator, Ryan D. and the White Varsity Club.
Well, not only is Ryan Doyle going to fight next week for the MVWF Championship, but the Victory Dojo will be in the tag team main event at the 20th anniversary show in the 4-team main event tag title match. Congratulations, guys. And of course, speaking of the tag team champions, the Jackson Boys defeated the Kingdom of Nightmares last week for the MVWF Tag Team Championship, avenging some pretty lousy losses they took earlier in the year and some leapfrogging in the backstage politics of things. The rivalry between Kyle Empire and Adrian Knight is at a boiling point. And also, there's been something of a reconciliation after the what they're now calling a miscommunication between the MVWF champion, He-Man Ryan Crawford, and AJ the Giant. The Rock and Roll Express made their appearance last week, endearing themselves to Brandon Bones, who gave them another chance here in this 8-man tag. And speaking of rivalries, Adrian Knight and AJ the Giant go back to last year. Up in the air, belly to belly, threw Adrian Knight into his own corner. First fall to a finish here in this 8-man tag team match. There's the Giant opening up once again in this another multi-man match this year. And the NXT contingency been following the MVWF around for a while now. And AJ fires him into the corner. And now talking trash to Adrian Knight is AJ the Giant, who has embraced the light side, teaming for the first time with his two brothers, Kyle Empire and Nick Jackson, the Destroyer, and the reconciled He-Man Ryan Crawford. Face first to the turnbuckle. Tags out to Nick Jackson. And just back first into the corner. Gut shot. Nick Jackson, of course, defeated Mr. Nightmare a few weeks back. Adrian Knight got a controversial victory over Kyle Empire. And a tag to his tag team partner, Mr. Nightmare. And first time the MVWF champion stepped into the ring now for the first time in the ring with Mr. Nightmare. And a leg lariat in the corner, which Mr. Nightmare just no-sells and comes back with a straight plus kick. Clotheslines him down. He didn't no-sell at that time. Our main event still to come tonight. Brandon Bones against the Shadow King. Falls count anywhere. And this time the leg lariat gets nothing as Mr. Nightmare refuses to cooperate with that move. And a spin kick as the educated feet of Mr. Nightmare testing the MVWF champion, the three-time MVWF champion, and a collar and elbow tie-up. And another super kick. Mr. Nightmare making the most of his opportunity to get in there with the MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion. Conspicuous by her absence, his hot Asian wife, who betrayed Kevin Welch and distracted him, that bought He-Man his ticket to the championship. Lines him down, and Crawford now looking for a tag, and tags to his new tag team partner, well, his recent tag team partner, his reconciled tag team partner, fellow New Generation member, AJ the Giant with a giant right hand, who's just overwhelming Mr. Nightmare right now with his size and speed. Knocks the bottom out! AJ has been on such a tear lately. And here it is, giant elbow! Covers him! 1, 2, and Adrian Knight breaks it up. I don't know if Mr. Nightmare was going to be able to kick out of that. And he's caught in the pickle between two Jackson boys. We've seen no activity out of the Rock and Roll Express thus far, or Kyle Empire. Oh, that flying kick right there doesn't even knock the Giant down. Backbreaker. Side Nightmare leg sweep. Adrian Knight's outside puking as Mr. Nightmare wisely tags in to Ricky Morton. Straight right hand. Spin kick. Nothing on that, and that gave the Giant an opening to just pull him around by his 80s mullet. Off the ropes goes Ricky Morton. Big boot by the Giant. Tags in the champion. Well, the world's heavyweight champion, I should say. And now, Crawford calling in the Jackson boys to do his dirty work. Up in the air for the triple power bomb. Boom! Takes out Morton. Covers him, center of the ring. 1, 2, and Morton digs deep and kicks out as that was a long path to the 2 count. Morton with a straight drop kick on the inside of He-Man's defenses. Midsection kick, DDT, immediate cover. 1, 2, and He-Man gets the left shoulder up. Over the shoulder, nice counter move by the champion. He is in there with a legend right now of the NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions. Oh, double team right into the... What's this? Tag team continuity. Look at it. Moonsault by Nick Jackson. Should have covered him. Oh, it's kind of crowded on that side of the ring over there. Look at that. They are shoulder to shoulder. Morton setting him up. Oh, just
stomp to the chin. Several stomps to the chin of Nick Jackson. Man, that had to hurt. Arm drag. Defensive move entirely right there by Nick Jackson. Low-hanging fruit DDT. And a spinning neck breaker. Of course, with two veterans in the locker room like Morton and Gibson, out there with all these rookies and guys who are in their prime like the Giant, like Kyle Empire, like the Champion. Oh, nice counter move. Takedown. Some good counter wrestling by Nick Jackson tonight. He makes him eat his own arm drag. And a clothesline over the top rope. As you know, Nick Jackson does not like Mr. Nightmare. And he is out there in the pickle. Adrian Knight, oh, might have been a low kick right there. And slams him on the hard floor. Some surgical kicks. Oh, and a suplex on the floor. Normally these two guys are doing that off the top rope to the outside. Oh, Nick, nice counter move. DDT. Face first to the thin mats on the floor. Get him back in the ring. And now Nick Jackson calling upon the new generation. Oh, look at this. They're going to top it this time from the top rope. Devastation. Oh, breaks him up from the inside out. Covers him. 1, 2, and Mr. Nightmare kicked out at 2. And he's still battling. Mr. Nightmare has shown the ability to take tremendous amounts of punishment here in his short tenure in the MVWF. He's already earned a championship, and now this is what I was talking about. Mr. Nightmare and Nick Jackson love to do this to one another. Ah, crushes him to the floor. He suplexed him once, and this time off the top rope to the outside to the floor. Drop kicks him right into the apron. Wow. Is there anything these two teams will not do to destroy one another? Welcome to the MVWF, Mr. Nightmare. And again, Nick Jackson regulating and not wanting to get that count out. And this time for a second time. This tree, oh my God. A second time out from the top rope. Mr. Nightmare about to get devastated! Boom! One, 2, 3, it's over! Team Destroyer wins! Wow! That monster team on that side of the ring. Kyle Empire never tagged to the ring. Neither did Robert Gibson. But this match was all about Nick Jackson tonight.
AJ, the Giant, G-Man, Ryan Crawford, the Destroyer, Nick Jackson, and Kyle Jackson.
Alrighty, look at this foursome right there. Victorious here tonight. The champion with all kinds of momentum going into his title match next week. It is not a pay-per-view, folks. It is just a regular episode of MVWF Ground Zero. But the main event next week will be Ryan Crawford defending the MVWF Championship against Ryan Doyle and Enormous Genitals Kevin Welch. Alrighty, folks. Well, we saw these two have a stare down at the beginning of the show. Brandon Bones and the Shadow King cutting promos on one another. And the fallout is this Falls Count Anywhere match between Brandon Bones and the Shadow King here in tonight's main event. The Shadow King told Brandon Bones he was going to take over the MVWF. Brandon Bones, in his own verbose way, disagreed. But my master, the Shadow King, is going to go out there this time without MC Hockey Lips to prove to everyone that he doesn't need anybody to help him to win matches. And here we go. Oh, flying forearm shot by my master. Shadow King all over Brandon Bones. Brandon Kunrana! Look at the size difference between these two. Bones now off the ropes. Knee lift, neck breaker. Wait a minute, here comes Rock Holly. Rock Holly makes his way down to the ring. What's he gonna do? And Bones attacking Rock Holly. Oh! What has happened here? Has Rock Holly been taken by the Shadow King? This no disqualification match is now Bones has found himself stuck in a trap set by the Shadow King. As the Shadow King is just hanging back and letting Rock Holly destroy Brandon Bones. Oh man, and the Shadow King not really reaping the benefits of this assisted attack by Rock Holly. Oh, face first into the apron. And the Shadow King looking to suck out the soul of Brandon Bones. What is he going to do, teabag him? Oh man, it just headbutted him with the double mohawk of the Shadow King. Oh, belly to belly on the floor. Right hand by the Shadow King, taking you right up close. Oh, and slams him down. Bones being devastated. Elbow to the face. Shove to the chest. Right hand blocked. Right hand by Bones. And Bones following him up the aisle. Oh, right there on the edge of the ramp. Bones devastated by the power of the Shadow King. Power slam. That's got to be it. 1, 2, and Bones kicks out at 2. He does have that reputation for being able to make, just take tremendous amounts of punishment. Double stomp to the hard abs of Brandon Bones. And a bicycle kick connects, sends the Shadow King down on one knee. As they are just battling back and forth at ringside, and a kick to the face. And Bones putting the Wapsaki kicks to his advantage. Spinning neck breaker. Crowd just booing Brandon Bones. Oh, head first to the steel post. Bones looking to even things up. Drop kick to the knee gets nothing. Oh, man. And these two guys just brawling outside the ring. Referee wisely just staying out of the way. Suplex on the floor. Look at the power of the King. 1, 2. No, and Bones just got the left shoulder up. Are you kidding me? The Shadow King has trashed the lower back of Brandon Bones by slamming him repeatedly into the floor, the edge of the ramp. And now inside the ring where everyone can see the Brandon Corona. A rake of the eyes with the sharp nails. The sharply press-on nails of the Shadow King. And then another standing vertical suplex. Trying to injure the lower back of Brandon Bones. And the Shadow King trying to build momentum here as he's just trying to tune out the fans and getting inside of his head. And again, it's outside the ring. And again to the apron, the third time to the face of Brandon Bones. Bones now going to the top rope, gonna take a high risk. What's he gonna do? Oh, spiral tap is blocked. Tremendous aerial move, got nothing on it. Up in the air. Oh, Dominator. So far we have seen the Shadow King entirely change his strategy. He has not used any of the normal moves that we've seen him use thus far. 1, 2, and Bones kicks out again. Oh, man, punched him in the small, childlike ears of Brandon Bones. Vintage heel kick. Got the heel all the way up there. And there it is, reaching up high for the Goodnight Irene, but they are way into the ropes. But this is a false count anywhere match, and there's no rope break. Bones desperately trying to hold on, and the Shadow King turns him over and escapes. Oh no! Oh, from way up high! The Bile Driver! That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3, it's over, and the Shadow King destroys Brandon Bones. They brawled. It was false count anywhere, but it didn't matter. It still ended up inside the ring. Nothing Brandon Bones did tonight seemed to hurt the Shadow King for very long. Not even the Goodnight Irene. Bones could not hold on to it. He was just so big, so powerful. The Shadow King.
Unbreakable Rock Holly.
Rock Holly with the assist on Brandon Bones that might have turned the tide for him here tonight. Well, folks, we will see you next week. The Shadow King slowly making his exit here tonight. Bones been devastated. Has Rock Holly been taken by the army of the League of Shadows? So many questions still in the air. Fuck out of the way, Joe Stromboli. Well, folks, Brandon Bones, we will see you next year. He was destroyed here tonight. I am his thrall, Damian Andrews, and, well, what can I tell you? What a strange, eventful night it was here tonight. We will see you next week on MVWF Ground Zero, of course, championship title defense. Ryan Crawford, the Gi Man, will defend his belt against Ryan Doyle and his former tag team partner, Kevin Welch. Folks, we will see you next week for that. Of course, I just want to give you some program notes before we sign off. I'll be working some overtime at work, so these Fridays are going to be taken up for the time being. This from this point forward, at least through the next season or so. But that being said, I will try to squeeze episodes in. I mean, I still have Sundays off, in the interest of trying to not annoy my neighbors too much. That may or may not happen, depending upon just, you know, how populated my apartment building is. But that being said, with all this hooting and hollering, we will try to squeeze them in. So, I mean, not that I want to beg anybody to subscribe, but if you want to stay up to date, it's probably your best way to stay updated as far as like what's going to be pretty random when I manage to squeeze episodes in. But next week is the big Ground Zero show with the title match. The 20th anniversary show will be in 3 weeks with the big tag team title match, the Four Corners tag title match. Whereas we announced already tonight that Doyle and Whiteside are definitely in the match. I also want to announce that Crawford and AJ will be teaming up to be in that match, and a fourth tag team to be announced at a later point. Won't be a mystery tag, nothing like that, or a mystery team, I should say. But we will see how things powder out. So, good night, everybody. For the MVWF, for the Shadow King, for whom I am his thrall, I am Damian Andrews. We'll see you next time.